Breaking news, breaking news. It don't shele o. Some PDP staffs are saying they are fed up with Anyanwu. They want Anyanwu to go. The matter don't reach them for neck. In fact, the thing don't choke them. They no feel hold them again. They are saying no to Anyanwu.
Survival of our party, the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Gentlemen of the press, it is with the highest sense of loyalty and duty to our great party, the People's Democratic Party, the sustenance of democracy, and in the interest of our nation, Nigeria, that we, the management and staff of the National Secretary of PDP, being critical stakeholders in the affairs of the party, address you today. The management and staff of the National Secretary of the PDP are deeply concerned that in the last 1 year, the PDP has been engulfed with the very disturbing leadership issues, particularly over the office of National Secretary. The disputation was worsened by protracted litigations, violent disruption of activities of the party secretariat, and damaging media narratives, which pose serious threat to the stability and survival of our party, as well as the credibility of our internal processes. It is to be noted that the staff of the National Secretariat are among the key stakeholders in the affairs of the party, because many of us have spent 25 years of their working life striving to establish and grow the bureaucracy of the party and are bestowed with the ancient memory of the party. Therefore, members of staff are desirous and concerned in getting this problem solved without further delay. As you may be aware, the contention for the position of National Secretary of the PDP started after Senator Samuel Anyanwu on April 12, 2023, as National Secretary contested and won the primaries, the candidate of PDP for November 11, 2023 governorship elections in Imo State. In the belief that upon his nomination as gubernatorial candidate of our party, Senator Samuel Anyanwu has automatically resigned his position as National Secretary, the Southeast Zonal Chapter on 20th October 2023 passed a resolution approving and forwarding the name of Honorable S.K.E. Ude Okoye to the NWC as replacement of Senator Anyanwu. This development sparked off a disputation, including series of litigations from the High Court of Enugu, which on 22nd December 2023 delivered a judgment in favor of Okoye. The Court of Appeal, Enugu Division, which in its judgment delivered on 20th December 2024, also upheld the judgment of the Enugu High Court. Upon the judgment of the Court of Appeal, the organs of the party leadership bodies, namely the Board of Trustees, the National Working Committee, the Southeast Zonal Caucus, and PDP Governors Forum recognized Okoye as the National Secretary. Dissatisfied, Senator Anyanwu went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, in a landmark judgment delivered on March 21, 2025, affirmed the issue of party leadership positions, including that of National Secretary, as entirely an internal affairs of the party, requiring only party internal mechanisms to which courts have no jurisdiction. The judgment of the Supreme Court led to a new disposition, as Senator Anyanwu argued that it was in his favor because the judgments of both the Enugu State High Court and the Court of Appeal Enugu Division were struck out by the Supreme Court for lack of jurisdiction. However, the National Working Committee, in an official statement on the same March 21, 2025, stated that the Supreme Court judgment settled the emergence of Okoye as the National Secretary, having been duly nominated, endorsed, and ratified through the internal mechanism of the PDP statutory organs and bodies in line with provisions of the PDP Constitution as amended in 2017. As you may recall, in its bid to find a lasting solution, the PDP Governors Forum, at its meeting on Monday, April 14, 2025 in Ibadan, Oyo State capital, reiterated its position endorsing Okoye as the National Secretary, but recommended that in the light of the Supreme Court judgment, the National Secretary, Architect Sotenje Koshodi, should act as the National Secretary pending the nomination and ratification of substantive National Secretary from the Southeast Zone and National Executive Committee respectively at its next meeting. The recommendation, which is in consonance with Section 36(2) of the PDP Constitution, was duly adopted by the National Working Committee at its 600th meeting held on April 29, 2025, wherein, in exercise of its powers under Section 29(2)(b) of the PDP Constitution, directed the National Secretary, Architect Sotonji, to act as National Secretary pending the emergence of some National Secretary. After thorough consideration, the management and staff of the PDP National Secretariat unanimously align with and declare unalloyed loyalty to the recommendation of the PDP Governors Forum as adopted by the National Working Committee in recognizing and working with Sotonji Koshodi as the acting national secretary of our party in line with the provision of the PDP Constitution. We believe that the NWC's directive that Sotonji should act as national secretary is of our interest of the party for the stability of our party, being the best step at the moment to restore the confidence of members of the party and preserve the integrity of our internal processes, given the sensitive nature of the office of National Secretary in the operation of our political party. Moreover, we are aware that the Independent National Electoral Commission has received and acknowledged Architect Sotonji as the acting National Secretary of PDP. We are also aware that INEC is receiving and attending correspondences of our party signed by the acting National Secretary, contrary to false narratives being circulated in certain quarters. As staff of the PDP, we fully recognize and appreciate the roles and contributions Senator Anyanwu has played and made for the growth and success of the party, especially issues regarding the staff welfare. But at this moment, we strongly believe that there is no sacrifice too high for any individual to make for the overall interest of our party. The PDP gave him the platform from which he rose from local government chairman to senator and also elected as the national secretary of our party. The PDP staff also calls on the acting national chairman, Ambassador Umar Ilia Damagun, to take all necessary steps to ensure the National Executive Committee meeting of the party holds as scheduled on May 27, 2025, to enable the party to address all pertinent issues and reassert its values of unity, discipline, loyalty, and strict adherence to the provision of the Constitution of our party. The management and staff of the PDP National Secretariat hereby commend the BOT, the National Working Committee, the Governors Forum, and other stakeholders, and pledge our continued loyalty and commitment to the PDP at all times. This document is endorsed by the entire staff of the PDP National Secretariat. Thank you. Director of Administration, PDP Headquarters. Thank you.